Hello, friends and family. It's day 78, cycle 4, day 14. Hi. If you're new here, I'm Jen Hoffman. If you're old here, I'm still Jen Hoffman. Welcome to my quest to crush aggressive diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, stage 4. It's also called DLBCL, and we're using the Immunotherapy chemotherapy R-EPOCH to crush Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about where we focus inside the future, the past, today. What's our focus? What should we be looking at? How should we live? Okay, 2 quotes. Number 1, I'm going to share this beautiful, I'm going to talk about it more in my angel deliveries, but I'm going to share it here. Inhale the future. Exhale the past. Not bad, right? Okay, 2nd quote. We do not heal the past by dwelling there. We heal the past by living fully in the present. Marianne Williamson. I guess I'm not saying it's bad to be in the past. It's probably bad for us to dwell in the past. We need to look forward, and minimally we need to focus on today, because I can't do anything to change the past. And realistically, the future is yet to be determined. I can dream, I can make plans, etc., but I can't really define the future either. The only thing I can do is the current, the present, the gift of today. I can live this day. And by doing that, I make my future that much better. Every day is a gift, right? Today. We have to live in today. That's how we get the most out of every day. That's how to compile life with days that were worth living is to live in today and not be focused on yesterday or on tomorrow, but focused on the most I can get out of this day. And that's not to say that you shouldn't plan and set goals and so forth and so on, but we have to focus on today. That's my opinion. You're welcome to disagree with me. I don't know if I have much more on the quotes today. That's kind of my thought. And it's always my thought, right? We need to pull the joy that we can out of every day that we're given. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And so we need to live every day. Live it, enjoy it, cherish it. Cherish our loved ones. We have to live every day. That's kind of my position. All right, let's get into the to-do list. Pictures. I might reuse yesterday's. Today I worked, I hydrated, I took a robotics call, a couple robotics calls, and here's a little snippet of video I'll share with you. I worked on a new yellow hat for Hoff. I think I mentioned previously, he really has a thing about yellow hats. He developed them in the hospital several years ago. And I did make him a hat, which he wears very regularly, but I think it was time. So I'm making him a new one. It'll be done tonight probably, and I can share it with you tomorrow. And I'm using the new Truboo, Truboo yarn. It's a cotton rayon made from bamboo. So it's 100% bamboo. And it is a dream to work with. I love, love, love this yarn. And sorry to those who don't care about yarn. But I might just make everything in the future with this one yarn. Anything I'm going to wear or give is, I'm not sure it would make a fabulous blanket, although the fabric would drape nicely, but it wouldn't give you that, I don't know, because bamboo is a natural fiber. I think it would be just right. It might keep you just warm enough, but not too warm. It's fabulous. It's got a silky sheen. It's pretty easy to work with. It does split, but I think nearly all the bamboos do. The Kaboo, which I was using previously, which is also a Lion brand yarn, is a bamboo cotton blend. But I found that one to not be as nice. It split more, and I didn't like the texture as much. This one I am absolutely in love with until I find the next one I love. But I am loving this bamboo. And as you all know, bamboo is a renewable resource. So, it's much, much nicer. I mean, I guess with the exception of possibly wool. I'm not a fan of working with wool yarn, but some people like it, so I'm not not dissing it. But right now, this is my favorite yarn. And it's also a lighter weight yarn. It's a 3. So it's not a 4 medium weight. It's a light 3, in my opinion. The Kaboo is also a 3, and it's a heavier 3, 3 to 4, where this is more of a 2 to 3 on the weight scale. All my opinions. Okay, big news on the charity miles front. I was able to again walk more than a mile. I'm very proud of myself. And we have 14 members on our team. I can see 13. And collectively, we have moved 306 miles. Way to go, team. I'm just so proud and happy that this little team has inspired at least 13 or 14 people to just move. And it's how much it's helping your body. It just makes me so, so happy. So that's great. Okay, next item. My to-do looks the same as the rest of the week. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Work. Hydrate. Robotics. Oh no, I don't have a robocall tomorrow. It's Friday. Woohoo! All right, maybe I'm going to be crochet. I don't know what I'm doing in my third item. All right, so for now we're working and hydrating, and we'll play it by ear. We'll see what we're going to do tomorrow. All right, so angel deliveries. Oh my goodness, you guys are so generous. So today I got this fabulous, I'm going to share it with you right here. Handmade. I think it was machine stitched, to be fair. Quilt wall hanging that was made especially for me, and the saying on it is inhale the future, exhale the past. And then I got this beautiful card, and it tells me, I made this with you in mind. Every color has a meaning. Black is powerful, red strength, pink breast cancer and compassion, purple creative, teal ovarian cancer, clarity of thought, orange confident, green lymphoma and healing, blue peace, yellow optimistic and positivity, and white hope. And then it also included a quote. Maybe I'll share the quote with you in the card. Why don't I do that? A new quote. Then we can talk about it if you want. The one law that does not change is that everything changes. And the hardship I was bearing today was only a breath away from the pleasures I would have tomorrow. And those pleasures would be all the richer because of the memories of this I was enduring. Louis L'Amour. That's pretty good. So essentially, okay, so everything changes. And if I'm having a hard time today, then tomorrow will be better. And when I have the better time, now that I have something to compare it to, that makes it all the sweeter. And I got to agree with that because, you know, in our culture today, I hate to say it, somewhat entitled. And, you know, we have certain expectations about how things are going to go and what's going to happen. And if you never have any experiences that are more challenging, then you don't realize that you need to be grateful for those times that are less challenging. So it's not a bad quote. I like it. Doesn't quite go with my inhale and exhale and living in the present, but still a good quote. All right, let's get on. The other thing we got today were tasty subs for lunch, which were quite lovely. And then, dun dun dun, we got that fabulous eggplant rolantini pizza for dinner. And this is why I'm not losing weight, because you guys keep giving us good food and lots of chocolate. I think I've described the eggplant rolantini pizza before. It's basically a white pizza with breaded eggplant slices and dollops of ricotta cheese, and also dollops of tomato sauce. So, gravy. It is fabulous. And I did have a slice for dinner. I restricted myself to one slice, and I'm sure I'll have some for lunch. And anyhow, awesome. Okay, let's keep going. And doctor news. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll insert a picture. Bill noticed yesterday that I have a little spot. I'm going to call it a spot. I don't know what else to call it on my left collarbone. So here's a picture. I called the doctors. They have like a triage unit. So I described everything to them, and I can describe it to you. It is discolored, but when I palpitate it, it doesn't have any pain. It doesn't itch. Even the texture of the skin doesn't really feel different. And I don't feel anything underneath it. There's no bumps, bruises, bubbles, nothing hard or soft underneath it. And when I feel it on both sides, in the same spot, it feels exactly the same. So I described that all to them. I have a really long history of very sensitive skin and lots of like skin sensitivities. You know, I get hives and, you know, I'm not good with adhesives and all that kind of stuff. And this doesn't feel like that at all. It's not giving me any grief. So I spoke to the triage nurse for a while. They didn't think it was anything to be concerned with, and they recommended that I, you know, just basically take a picture every day and you know, kind of note if it gets bigger or smaller, how it's looking. So Bill noticed it last night. He said today it looked like it was a lighter color today. It doesn't feel like a zit either. Like, so we're not really clear on what it is. And like I said, it doesn't feel like there's anything under it. So it's really not clear. Anyhow, I shared that picture. So the doctor said, no worries. Last night I was able to flush both lumens after I talked to you guys, and this morning I was able to flush both lumens. One of them is much more difficult. I have to really palpitate it, but I did get them both to go, so thumbs up there. And I'm going to keep trying. Obviously, I'm going to do it twice a day, minimally, and make sure that they keep flushing and drawing. They have always flushed, but the draw has been challenging. And I think that's because of fibrin. It's been in there a while. The body's like, what the heck? Anyhow, that's the story there. And that, I think, is all I have for story time today. So if you were just here for story time, thank you so much for joining us today and every day. And appreciate your love and support and all your words of wisdom. And we will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. All right, we'll get into status. All right. The nausea? I wouldn't really call myself nauseous today. It's almost a no. I did kind of continue to eat with that regularity. So I never got to a point where I was really hungry or really overeat to know if the nausea is still there. But I didn't feel compelled. Like, I didn't get to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I have to eat right this moment. I don't think I've had any root beer barrels today. You know, there has been no crisis moment. So I'm happy. The mouth still feels a little odd, but not horrible. I'd say maybe in the next day or two, that's going to be gone. I'm just testing. Teeth are fine. Throat is fine. No pains there. The weight is still high, but I think it's because of all the good food you guys are sending me. And maybe I'm not moving enough, so maybe I can up my steps and work in some exercise or something for the next week. Maybe that's a good stretch goal. My fluid is 88 ounces in yesterday, which is 2.6 liters. My out was 2.8 liters. Thumbs up. All right. My sleep was 6 hours and 39 minutes. I'd like to see that go up. We'll see what we can do. My movement was only 6,000. Not very happy with that, but that's on me. And I did do my restorative poses, my yoga poses. My vitals were fine. The heart rate's still up, but it's not quite as bad. Let's take a look here. While I'm sitting chatting with you guys, 110. So that's down a little bit. I think I was 115 to 120 a few days ago. So it's coming down slowly. A little bit, right? So those are fine. All right, so let's talk. Neuropathy is actually decreasing. It didn't feel too bad today, so I'm going to call that decreasing. My hair loss is status quo. I think I mentioned already that Bill had a visit with his sister today, and she's like, oh, you have peach fuzz. I didn't see that in the video. That's new. I'm like, no, it's always been there. So there is a little bit of hair there. I don't think it's showing up on the camera. So maybe I can have somebody take a snapshot, like a quick, like I'll do a close-up on my hair so you guys can get a sense of it and try and put it up here somewhere. Nose clots, yes. Skin, status quo. I'm not feeling anything different. Skin, Nose clots, yes. Night sweats, no. Last night. Headache, no. Fatigue is an eh. It's hard to say. I'm not sleeping quite as much as I want, and work is a little bit, tiring, so I'm on the fence there. Red skin, no. And chemo brain, no. So that is the full rundown. Also, I'm thinking about changing the titles for the sections, but I haven't figured that out quite yet, just to make it a little nicer. I think I started off with my engineer speak, like status and such, but maybe instead I should just say symptoms, accomplishments, I don't know. Let me think about it a little bit. If anybody has any suggestions, feel free to share them in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions for quotes you'd like me to dive into, share in the comments, social media or text, whatever. Send them over to me and I'll take a look. Try and come up with some useful thoughts on them. I am enjoying that part of our discussions. and enjoying sharing kind of my philosophy. I don't know that I have a good philosophy, but it's a philosophy, and maybe we can spark some conversation. If you disagree or have an alternate opinion of any of the quotes, please share with us in the comments. Thank you so much for joining today and every day. We really appreciate it. If you're new and you'd like to hear my thoughts for about tomorrow, subscribe and thumbs up or share if you think there's somebody that'd like to join us. And thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see you tomorrow. Love you. Remember, every day is a gift. Live it. Subscribe. Want to hear about the rest of my story? It's up here. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.